We are live. Hello, everybody. Tonight, I am your host because Jazz is gone. So expect tons of excitement and bullshit like that, I guess. I don't know. I'm not good at this fucking shit. This is normally the part where he would tell me to explain the things and, as he likes to put it, do the housekeeping. And that's, also the part where I then make fun of him for using such old terminology. But, we have questions that you can ask at any point in time. If you have any questions for us, just go ahead and pop them into the Q&A. They will all be answered at the end of the stream. Until then, or between then, or if you have something you would like us to address immediately, if you just want to give us money, if you want to make us watch something, if you want to hear me say something embarrassing, since tonight this is my job, go ahead and send us money. We will indeed be bought. All that said, we got Bear here, of course, and then we have my friend, KratosElGreatos. Why don't you tell us some stuff about you, Kratos?
Hey, thanks for having me on. So when did we meet? We met.
Oh my God, it's been a while.
I think officially we met at like 2 Vegas meetups ago.
Yeah.
We just had been acquaintances over Twitter through other people. So recently I started up this channel called Blind Spot Gaming with a couple of other people from the circles. Weasel's involved in that, Static, Cloud, Silver, and Professor Savage Dad. Professor Savage Dad. He was at your wedding.
Yes, he was.
And he actually made a good majority of this intro that we're going to play.
Oh, cool.
Go ahead and play it, and then I'll elaborate more after.
Give me a second. I gotta figure out where the thing. There it is. Because I had to shift things around and forgot. There we go. There we are.
Yeah.
I freaked myself out for a second because I thought I was sharing the wrong thing.
Everybody has their own gaming blind spot. That legendary game they somehow never played. We fixed that. Welcome to Blind Spot Gaming, a channel dedicated to exposing streamers to iconic games for the very first time. We turn blind spots into blind playthroughs. No spoilers, no guides, and no backseat gaming. The way it was meant to be. Relive the game through fresh eyes, complete with all of the struggles, and every hard-earned sense of accomplishment. Know someone dodging a classic? Send them our way. We'll make sure their first time is just as memorable as yours. Blind Spot Gaming. Experience it for the first time. Again.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
nice.
that's the general idea. I also sent you a link tree if you want to post that.
It's already in the
We
description.
have that in our description.
Perfect. Yeah. So we were on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, and Twitch, and then we're going to be posting shorts as well. Pick your platform. We'll be there. If you're interested, go check it out. But yeah, the basic idea is we have one person who has never played a game before, and they play the game blind. They're not allowed to use spoilers, or they're not allowed to, guides, walkthroughs, and they can't look up spoilers, which means they're not allowed to look at the chat. So that's why you have a second person on stream who is the spotter. The spotter keeps up with the chat, keeps the conversation going, and then also can kind of give hints, nudge in the right direction when really needed, because they're generally somebody who had played that game before, is pretty familiar with it, so they're kind of a Sherpa. Our goal is we're going to try to get up to 1 stream a day. So currently we started off with, Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Central. I'm playing Final Fantasy VII, the original, for the first time. And our friend Cloud, same name as the titular character.
What? Cloud's doing it? I am shocked. I am so surprised. I can't imagine why you would pick Cloud, of all people.
Yeah, so he's my spotter through that. We've done 2 streams already. We'll be doing our 3rd one this Thursday. And then coming soon is on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Central, we're going to be doing Ocarina of Time with Silver, and I'll be the spotter for that one.
Cool.
And then Saturday afternoons, I believe 12 noon Central, Weasel's going to be playing Portal 2 with Silver as the spotter. That's Silver Harmony, if you guys don't know him. But and then we got some more coming up soon. Professor Savage Dad was interested in playing Resident Evil, so we'll probably do RE2 and RE4 over the next few months. So we'll fold him into the mix. And we also have plenty of guest spots available. So if either of you are interested, anybody listening in the chat or on the replay is interested, just reach out to me, and we could probably get you in. So I guess my question is, are there any games in your blind spots that you've never played that you've always wanted to play? Has it been like 30 years?
Honestly, no.
You just,
That's a tough one.
yeah. Sorry to spring that on you.
It's a good
I mean,
question.
because I've got plenty. I mean, like, I've been wanting to play Final Fantasy VII for decades, because I just didn't have a PlayStation growing up. So, and I just missed the boat on it. And I've got a bunch of other ones on my list, like up to Witcher 3. So everything in between.
Damn.
And yeah, so that's it. If you're interested, go check it out. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to promote it a little bit.
Yeah, no worries. It sounds interesting.
Thanks.
I know between Asta and Jazz, there's probably a handful of games that we probably should send them your way for.
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, those two seem to just have missed like a decade's worth of shit.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Asta's a baby, so.
Asta is a baby. And Brazilian.
So he just wasn't alive for a lot of it.
Yeah, there's always those moments where you find out that somebody hasn't ever even touched your favorite game, and you're like, oh, come on, you got to get on that.
I have to wonder if he's ever played any of the Dead or Alive games. But he lives in Brazil, so maybe.
Maybe beach volleyball. That's if any.
Still,
just that one.
But he would enjoy those. You know that.
Yes, he would.
But yeah, so that's all really cool and fun, and definitely go over and check that out. I know I will have to make the time. What time and day did you say that was again?
So our current stream that we're doing is Thursdays at 9 p.m. But we're going to have more coming soon, Mondays and Saturdays, and then it'll be one day a week eventually. So
okay,
or
one each day a week. Yeah,
one each day. Yeah, that's what I meant.
They're going to run 7 days a week. One each day.
That.
That's their purpose. That's their goal. So if you want to go over, help them out, be a volunteer, be a guinea pig, give them ideas if you have ones. I mean, my thing is obviously you asked me on the spot. I can't remember any games I haven't played right this minute that I wanted to play. But at the same time, you give me half an hour, you give me 30 minutes, you give me two of those things together and give me an hour. I might come up with something, or I might remember something, but God knows I'm getting old, so.
Well, for people that are an expert on a lot of things and they're well traveled when it comes to games, there's also spotters.
Yeah.
So if you're, that's the other side of the equation. It's the target audience is people that are interested in living, re-experiencing it vicariously through somebody else. So if that's the kind of thing that you're into, I always like showing my favorite shows to people and watching them experience it. So.
Yeah,
there's room for that too.
Yeah. So I mean, that's another idea, is people who would probably be more likely to be a spotter as opposed to having a game they experience to recommend those games in case there's somebody out there who, didn't really think about that game and thought, maybe I would like to experience that for the first time.
Yep.
So
definitely any feedback is appreciated too. We've got I think we got off to a pretty good start, but we're just kind of finishing up building the car as we're driving it, as they say.
Yeah. Always fun to put the cart before the horse when you're streaming. So,
hey, sometimes the horse is gonna push.
Yep.
But So, with since we all know who we are and what we're doing and all those fun things, Bear, what did you do this last week?
Yeah, no, I didn't do jack shit.
Fuck
Sorry.
you. God damn it.
I know.
I hate
When
you.
Jazz said he was out, I was like, oh, this is actually fucked. I've been doing a D&D prep primarily. So, yeah, just not a lot of like exciting group talk type shit.
Are you DMing or playing?
Yeah, I'm DMing.
Nice.
Yep. So I have more or less gotten the assumed everything that I assume my party will do for the rest of this campaign.
Nice.
Now,
So
you always know
basically, you made
somebody's.
a list of things they're not going to do.
Yeah, exactly. There's always somebody that'll go off the rails, right?
yeah. Well, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks back where I had to tell everyone, yeah, no, I had to start doing massive D&D prep because they fucking went and did the obvious thing, which unfortunately is for them the not normal thing, and had to plan around that now. But no. At this point, I've got it. I've got everything. I think they will surprise me tomorrow when I DM. But
So screwed.
I'm fucked. But I'd like to at least think I've got stuff planned out. It makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, you tried. You tried, so you deserve points for at least giving it a shot. Now, whether or not your group will agree with you, that's an entirely separate issue. But
No, see, now that's the thing, is we don't tell the group I'm that far ahead. Otherwise, they will try to fuck with me.
So hopefully none of them watch. I'm sure none of them do.
I do not. Maybe this is bad for growth. I don't tell them about the podcast. No. I'm smarter than that.
See, the players and the DM is a constant battle of free will and determinism, I think. Because you want them to go a certain way, but they just want to avoid the plot and do their own thing.
Yeah,
and
that's for sure.
Sometimes it's like the opposite. Sometimes it's like, hey, I set up like this whole area. It's a pretty sandboxy. You guys can kind of do whatever you want. I've got a lot of shit planned. Whatever you guys want to do, we're gonna go straight for the main quest and not do an inch.
They just drop to their knees and they're like, "Tell me what to do, God."
This was supposed to be 3 months of content. You guys we finished in a session.
Oh God. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's when the troll den starts making sporadic appearances further down the line. It's like, no, it was there. Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can anything you make, you can always reuse at some point if it doesn't get, hit on when you're doing it. But it's that whole like, but why? Every other time. How did you know? How?
Oh well.
But yeah.
So you had fun.
That's been my week. Yeah. It's a fun time though. I mean, if it was stressful or I didn't like it, then I wouldn't do it. So.
Is it true? That's true. How are you, Kratos? Did you do anything fun over the last 7 days?
Not really. Not anything interesting. I've been doing a lot of side project stuff with a Plex server, but
what is a Plex server?
That's like a self-hosted Netflix, basically. So you just have all your own files on the server, and you can play them on an app. But
it's funny you mentioned that because I saw something I'm putting into stories right now for topics.
Oh yeah,
about Plex.
Oh, I will talk about that for sure. Okay, good. if you're interested, that's I know exactly what you're talking about. Teaser.
Cool. I have no clue. That's fun.
Yeah, but yeah, no, not much else. I've been doing stuff for the channel, trying to get a new workflow for making clips. So just
yeah, that kind of
fun.
Stuff's always fun. Or
well,
yeah. It's what you do if you want to create content. You find ways to create content.
How about you?
All
Did
right.
you have an interesting week?
Well, what did I do this week? Well, I'm off of my my house flippers kick. So that happened. And I am now playing oh shit. What is the title? And actually I should probably just go ahead and pull up that's what it is. I am playing hard space shipbreakers.
That's
Oh,
an interesting sounding game. I never heard of that.
yep.
What is that about?
Cleared mines out of the gutter. Holy shit. It is a video game, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Time for us to join links, I
This
guess.
tab
so
and send
standard it is.
and that. Come on. I just show what's going on. There we go. So what it is you are they're called cutters. You've been sent out into space. Well, you signed your life away to this corporation.
Mhm.
And they sent you out into space to basically cut apart these salvaged ships. And you kind of sort the parts out. This part's boring. Do something interesting. What the fuck, dude? Did you not do anything good did you literally just play the... Okay.
You picked the wrong
I picked
person.
the wrong person. I picked the wrong one.
Wow.
That sucked a lot. Here we go. Surely the trailer will have some. Okay, this works. Assuming the gameplay ever pops up. But yeah, okay, here you go. So yeah, you're breaking the ship apart, and you're sorting the pieces out. Some of it goes in the furnace, some of it goes for recycling, some of it, you don't want to break apart. You want to send it into the barge so that they can reuse it whole. And I mean, the kind of storyline is this is a major kind of corporation thing, very cyberpunk-esque, where life is ran by this corporation. The beginning of the game, you actually sign a piece of paper where they tell you they're going to destroy your original body, but because of their body regeneration system, they can bring you back forever. The whole thing is just all about
That reminds me a little bit of that movie. What was it? It has a number in the title, and it had Edward the Vampire in it. What's his name?
I can't help you with this one.
Edward Cullen.
Yeah.
Was it? It was a thing where he was like a clone.
Yeah, I don't know this movie.
Mickey 17. That's what it is.
Interesting.
Damn. I don't think
Okay.
I've seen that one.
Oh,
Never
people
heard
were
of it.
talking about it last year. I think was when this came out.
You're putting that in the wrong place, dude. He's sending that to the barge, and it goes in the
Oh.
processor. It's pissing me off.
Yes, Robert Pattinson.
Oh, yeah,
Edward-
that guy.
Oh, okay.
Edward Cullen is his vampire name.
I've seen a number of clips of
remember
this. I had no idea what it was actually about.
Yeah, so you just break apart these ships, and you make money based on why. Okay, no, that's actually in the right place. That's okay. You make money based on how much you put in, and you have. Let me see if I can find it in here. It should be.
So the reason it reminded me of that movie is because the main character is a disposable worker who's cloned every time he dies.
Yeah, that's basically what this is. So, you see here where you owe $1,130,552,145 to the company. So it's very company store, old mining kind of coded.
That's
I
cool.
guess is the way to put it. The whole load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt kind of thing going on. Which, I mean, in and of itself is fun, but very relaxing actually to take these ships apart piece by piece and make sure you're getting all the pieces in the right place. So go ahead.
It kind of gives me a Animal Crossing vibe too, where Tom Nook kind of like gets you into debt perpetually.
Kind of. except you can eventually pay Tom Nook back. This is more of a, because Tom Nook doesn't charge you every time, doesn't charge it on your credit card basically, or charge it to your credit every time you go and do something. Here, you know, you're in here and you have a limited amount of oxygen and a limited amount of fuel. Every time you buy more oxygen, that amount goes back onto your bill. Every time you buy more fuel, that amount goes back onto your bill. So that's what I mean by the company store thing is that is the way they kind of used to do things is, you know, you would buy your shovels and everything from the company store, and then you would pay it back gradually over time. But it always seemed to be, no matter how much you tried to pay it back, you were always in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's advanced feudalism.
Yes, kind of, yeah. But yeah, very fun to do that. I've enjoyed it quite a bit, just because, I don't know, for some reason I like cutting things apart and then sorting them. And I'm actually curious if I can ever get out of debt. So
I mean, you certainly have you know, opinions and like I shouldn't say opinions, like a theme going with the kind of games that you seem to be getting into, and it's working for the rest of your life. I'll be a little concerned, but
as if doing that in the real world wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's like you can already be doing this. I mean,
if they would let me go out into space and do it, I'd totally do it.
You know, I think if your goal is to get out of debt in the game, I think you should follow the Dave Ramsey plan. See if that works out in this simulator. Actually, this is just a Dave Ramsey simulator. That's what it is.
I do appreciate that they made a game where you can't even kill yourself to get out of debt.
No, you sure can't.
Like that just adds to it.
The program's called Everwork.
Your clones inherit your debt.
Yeah, yeah. Every time they remake your body, you and I bet they charge you for that too. I haven't.
I bet you they do. Imagine the kind of self-loathing you get into when it's like, yes, my clone is further into debt.
This is a pretty cool game idea. I like it.
Yeah.
The actual play of it, like story aside, yeah, actually, this looks like a lot of fun. This looks very relaxing. It
is very, I mean,
Strangely.
Sometimes you get a little pissed off because, so if you put something into the wrong box and it, you know, it's kind of like that one chick, you know, she's watching the video and this goes in the square hole, this goes in the square hole. If you start trying to do that, you actually get in trouble because you do get fined when you do that. So you do have these moments, like there's some, the doors, if they've been pushed back into their frame, I haven't figured out how to get them out when the door is open. So like if the door is closed, then I can just cut out the door and set it to the right place. But if the door is open, and there's no power to that section, I haven't figured out how to get the door back out. So that's irritating. But it's also not like a whole lot of money you lose when you do that. It's just the perfectionist in me prefers to not waste the money. So, but yeah, no, I've had a lot of fun with this. It's been very relaxing. I've had some good times. How many hours do I have into it already? Let's check. I already have 17.2 hours into it. So there's that. I started playing it last Wednesday.
Wait, how many hours?
17.2.
Oh, that's very reasonable.
I only get 2 or 3 hours a night, so
every night you've spent on it.
Yep, pretty much. Other than that, I did some D&D this weekend. We played more in our little campaign that we got going on. We finally reached level 5. I'm currently arguing with the rules lawyer about whether or not we're going to institute the whole 20% EXP penalty for multi-classing. I'm trying to convince him that it's pointless and irritating. But he is a rules lawyer, so there's that going for me.
Free all workers. I'm just watching this video go by.
Yeah, they're trying to start a union in the game. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. I haven't gotten this far in the game, so I'm not really paying too much attention. But other than that, in D&D, did I do anything else this week of interest? Is there a dog under here chewing on the desk? It's not a dog chewing on my desk. That's it. That's all I got. That's what I've done this week. So that puts us into the stories. So we'll just start with what I have right here at the front. You guys sound excited to talk about the other things, so I'll ease us into that.
Yes, it's funny to me.
Because what we have is Christian Sevenson, VP, head of 23/3P Content Ventures and Strategic Initiatives at Sony Interactive Entertainment, recently praised the fast progress being made by game developers in China and South Korea. The speed at which teams in China and South Korea are moving is amazing. Their scale and ability to respond quickly are things we're not always seeing from Western or Japanese teams. It's really impressive. These games are coming from there. The games coming from there also feel very different from what we've seen before. I'm going to say right now they probably don't have the same negative thoughts on crunch and stuff. But
well, go ahead.
Yes, China specifically. Also, you can probably get a pretty good head start if you just steal all your IP.
Yeah, well, there's stealing and then also slave labor. Really efficient. You get shit done.
And also, I don't know about the quality control. I'm not sure, like, how buggy are those games? Because, I mean, there are some that have come out that I think were very well received. But yeah, I think that so if you look at what was that one that was like a clear rip off of Breath of the Wild that came out of China? It was very popular. Totally forgot what that was called.
One?
Exactly. Yeah, there's just it's just a common thing with China. Their copyright law over there it's honestly not even law. It's more like they kind of just incentivize you to steal Western IP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for sure. But his comments,
copyright suggestions.
Yeah, right. His comments reflect a growing trend in the gaming industry. Chinese and Korean studios. Hold on.
It was Genshin Impact, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna just say. I think that is Genshin.
Is Breath of the Wild?
It took a lot from Breath of the Wild.
I don't know anything about it. I haven't played it. His comments reflect a growing trend in the gaming industry. Chinese and Korean studios are releasing games faster, building bigger projects, and focusing heavily on what players want. Oh my god, yeah. That's the bigger difference right there, is the fact that they're giving people at all what they want.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There was a lot of people saying that it was like intentional, like by Chinese operatives that they funded like the kind of policies you see in Western games in order to kind of sabotage everything on the West, so that they could come out and be the hero and be like, hey, look at all these games that don't have any of this messaging in it. That was a theory for a while.
Honestly, wouldn't surprise me, all things considered.
Yeah.
I have a slight issue here because I see people in our chat, but I'm not seeing your chat.
Wandering Helmsman. I've got the YouTube stream open.
Mm-hmm. Things just aren't quite working for me well today for some reason.
No. No, it's at the end of the day, it's not the
Here we
process,
go.
it's the product. People care about the product. They don't care how how it gets made. So yeah, rip off IPs all you want. You come up with something. If people like what comes out of it, they're gonna pretty much ignore the blatant and
Yeah, so there we
Yeah.
go.
And honestly, there's probably a lot of people who would be in favor of, like, I know Star Wars as an example. If China just made like a rip-off Star Wars and it was just better than anything Disney could make,
I'd
right?
be
As a
fine if
movie,
anybody made a rip off anything at this point. Are you kidding me? Holy
like
shit.
there's probably people that would cheer for it, being in better hands than Hollywood. So I would probably, I don't know, I'd be on the fence about it, but I'd be leaning towards agreeing with that.
It actually brings up another thing about IP law in general, and I think that there's kind of a little more restrictive than it ought to be. Especially when you start getting into like mechanics, video game mechanics. The Nemesis system is always brought up as one of those things. There's like they put a patent on it. It could have been amazing for gaming as a whole, and they did nothing with the system.
Well, it would be fine if you patent something and then you actually license it out instead of holding on to it, which I think was the original intent of the patent system. But now people they get patents on something to squash competition.
Yeah. And you can see that from what Nintendo's doing. So that's fun. Yokai has said, as someone who knows a little bit about Chinese dev, they crunch and they do steal everything from the Western contractors that hire them. They also jump from company to company pretty fast. So, yeah, that's definitely part of what's going on over there. And honestly, while I understand the purpose of IP law to some degree, if you don't give people the freedom to kind of cheat off each other, you end up stagnating because then no one can make anything new.
Yeah, I think there's a difference also, like make a distinction between, like somebody straight up using an exact named character like Super Mario with the exact same model, right?
Yeah.
That's different than if you wanted to make a game that was similar to Super Mario 64 in theme and, art and style and all that, right?
Right.
And yeah, there's definitely gray areas in there, but like, you can also look at it as far as like, on one hand, the big companies will definitely use it and they'll use their lawyers to defend it, but it's supposed to be there to defend like a smaller developer from getting their thing stolen by bigger companies. But I don't think it ever, like, the smaller people can't pay for the lawyers.
Nope,
So,
that's always the problem. The actual cost of the system is the limiting factor in the end.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so that's what that is, interestingly enough. But
So what is this guy the VP of?
2/3/3P Content Ventures and Strategic Initiatives at Sony Entertainment. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
So he's a big head honcho at Sony, I guess.
Yeah, what the fuck is 2/3/3P?
2-player and 3-player? I don't know.
Yeah, what the fuck is a 3-player game? Never in my life.
Second party, third party, maybe?
That could be. I probably should have asked Grok what that is. Oh, it's a team and the associated leadership role focused on second party and third party game content.
Hey.
Yeah, there you go. Very well done. Second party content involves partnership with independent studios where Sony Entertainment provides funding, co-development support, or publishing. Third party covers relationships with a wide range of external publishers and developers, includes platform support, marketing, discovery programs, etc. So, okay.
Okay.
I think what a lot of people like in the West might take away from this is that they might take it as like an AI thing where I mean, I'm sure the developers in China and Korea are using AI tools to speed up the development too. But
hell yeah.
Like their reaction to this might be something like, well, we're delivering human value to these things, and they try to make that argument, and part of that's valid, but I think that I think what should come out of this is the Western developers should look at that last paragraph right there and hone in on that, and then maybe that's the reason why their games are bad and they should start changing to compete.
You would think that would be something they could do, but that involves self-reflection, and that's not something they're capable of.
Right.
I mean, the most important portion of a sentence is this whole thing is focusing heavily on what players want.
Yes.
You give players what they want, they give you their money. It's really easy.
And not the vocal minority, the people who are actually buying your game and talking about it of their own free will, not being paid to talk about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, that is the important thing. But of course, I can't imagine which image people would rather see. No idea on that one.
So okay, anime aesthetics aside, the one on the right that actually is nightmarish. Something about that face and the hairstyle, in general, it looks.
Oh, do you not know who that is?
The one on the right? No.
I don't know if it's a man or a woman.
Actually, that's the funny thing, because it's a trans person. It
Wonderful.
is one of the heroes from Concord.
That game that died?
Yes, the game that died really fast. It was a trans person from the game Concord. I have no idea who the person on the left is, but yeah.
No, all I remember from Concord is the trash can and the woman with the weird armor.
Yeah, no. He, I don't know what the fuck it is. That character is from Concord. There was a whole, sorry. There was a whole thing. Grace, really, you're under my desk. I'm trying to do a podcast here.
I think your dog is wanting to become part of the conversation.
She has strong opinions about gaming, obviously. So did the others, but they expressed them as they left the room. So, but yeah, that it's crazy that part of game development is now the discussion of actually focusing on what players want. How is that even a conversation?
I mean, there is the very niche conversation about sometimes there are games where you put it out and it's like, well, wow, I didn't even know that I wanted that, but now this is my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
So, but the opposite is true. If you specifically don't give them what they're asking for, then that's a problem.
That's the thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with releasing these games. I think these kinds of games, I think they should absolutely be made and released, and when they crash and die, that's just part of the cycle, But it's when they crash and die and people come back and try to blame the people who didn't buy it for the fact that it crashed and died that we run into the issue.
Right.
So then, I don't know, Bear, how are you on the Devil May Cry stuff?
How am I on it? Netflix stuff?
Well, yeah, the Netflix.
Oh, I'm not gonna watch that trash.
No. So you're not sad that they removed this shirt from the Devil May Cry store because they misspelled the name Virgil?
I think it's fucking hilarious. It shows you all the care and effort that they've gone into in really replicating the game. Is that they can't even spell the names right. Just it says so much.
I know very little about this. I think I saw the trailer for it. It's the animated one, right?
Yeah, it's the animated one. I watched the trailer for it, saw how much they were butchering in just the trailer, and decided not to watch it. Jazz has watched it. I feel bad for him.
Jazz and Asta both watched it. Unfortunately, they're not here for this conversation. They would definitely have things to say.
Well, it is a Netflix adaptation, you know.
Yeah.
So
what
could
do
have
you
been worse.
expect? At least everybody was still white, I suppose. What?
Yeah, no, I mean that's you're right. That's the one time.
Oh, so not allowed to go on with that. How?
That is Netflix W ever.
So how about this? Ken Levine, the creator of BioShock, has just said out loud what many think to themselves quietly. Look at the Switch 2 and the new machines coming out. These aren't huge technological leaps. That wasn't the goal. We're finally starting to admit that we reached the saturation point with graphics. He explains that photorealism is very expensive, ages poorly, and that BioShock still looks stunning today precisely because it relied on strong artistic style rather than realism at all costs. The message is clear, crystal clear. We no longer need to always chase more raw power. A good art director and a committed visual direction often outweighs millions more polygons. And finally, a big name in the industry dares to say it. Yeah, I mean, I miss when there was stylized games.
Yeah, and so like going back to the PS4 to PS5 when everybody was showing the side by side and they were like, it was a meme for a long time. Like, corporate wants you to find the difference. There's no difference, right? And like there's diminishing returns when you get so photorealistic that it's like, oh, now we're rendering the individual like stubble on the dude's face, and like that's supposed to make the game better. I mean, but like if you look at the games that have aged extremely well, like from the GameCube, PS2 era, it's games like Wind Waker that are highly stylized. Games that focus on good gameplay and story and don't like. I mean, there's definitely cases where the good graphics is like definitely a good thing for the game, but when games use it as a crutch, I think that's the bigger problem. Like just making a beautiful, or not even beautiful necessarily, but like a realistic looking game, and trying to put that in place of good gameplay. I think the Cyberpunk was a beautiful, realistic looking game, and you saw how that turned out.
Yeah, if all you have is you're good looking and absolutely nothing else, sure, people will probably accept you for a little while, but eventually people are going to figure out there's absolutely nothing else to you. You know?
That's the real world metaphor.
I know, right?
Just threw out, yeah.
I think my biggest problem with what this guy is saying is that he assumes that people are being quiet about this. I'm pretty sure for the last 5-10 years there have been people saying, hey, we don't need more realistic looking games. I'd rather it not be three digits of gigs on my storage drive, play well, and be something that's a bit more aesthetically pleasing to the eye than, oh wow, I can see the individual folds on that horse's testicle.
And you make a good point too, because the ultra realistic games take up a huge amount of hard drive space, and then they don't even fit on the Blu-ray discs anymore, which I think max out at like 80 gigs. And like, you can look up like, there's this conversation for the last year or so about like, the thing Nintendo did with the key cards, which honestly is a middle ground for games that don't fit on the thing, but if they don't fit on physical media. But like you have, there's a lot of people who were looking at that and then thinking it was a brand new thing, and you go back to like games that were coming out on PS4, I think even back to PS3, where they were like over 100 gigs, they don't fit on the disc completely, and so you have to like download the rest as soon as you buy it. But like, yeah, like, and the only reason for that is, well, one, if you have like a lot of detail, and then 2, if like if the developers were just cutting corners and not doing things efficiently and just not caring how much file size things take up.
Well, let's talk about games that don't fit on a disc. Final Fantasy VII, if I recall, was 4 discs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean,
so there shouldn't be any excuse, to your point. Yeah. Just do multiple
really
discs.
is no excuse. Not to mention, I mean, obviously not currently because of the way life is going, but you used to be able to get a 1 terabyte thumb drive that you could put everything on. So why not switch to that instead? I mean, there's so many options in terms of being able to continue to make physical media that they just don't want to do, because they also don't want to deal with the manufacturer of physical media. So it is easy to use the, well, it doesn't fit on here as an excuse. But, you know, otherwise, if that was 100% true, I wouldn't have so many games downloaded to my computer.
But you could get around that problem if you like if the games weren't taking up so much space, then it wouldn't be as much of a problem either.
It wouldn't. You're right. But that would also require them to, you know, optimize and actually do some work and shit like that. And we all know how game devs love to optimize games.
So, side note, I watched like a 30-minute video about how they fit so much onto the Pokemon Red and Blue cartridges. How they were able to like use repeating patterns and like, you know, create maps based on, you know, smaller Lego pieces instead of having an entire map drawn out. And it was just like super optimized to the point where they had to cut content out, but they had by the end of it they had a little bit of extra room, and then one of the devs was able to sneak Mew into the code, which I thought was interesting. Well,
it's like the original Mario Bros. It's like there's a reason why, you know, clouds are just fucking bushes in the sky.
Yep. Just different colors. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you used to have to do all these tricks. You used to have to know how to do all these tricks to, you know, get your game on something.
Well, it's funny because people will complain about restrictions, but restrictions are part of where you get the most creativity. When you have to deal with something and you have to work your way around it, that is where people, humans specifically, become the most creative, because we have a goal we want to reach, and we have to find a way, and we're going to find a way to do it. I mean, Silent Hill, the reason it was so creepy was not because they thought the fog was cool, but because the fog was needed in order to hide the render distance.
Which is funny. Every time it's foggy in real life, I make that joke. Like, man, the render distance is low today.
Yeah, there must be something wrong with the video card.
Exactly. But yeah, this comment too, you know, about I guess the developers.
I think what this guy's saying is that it's a big developer finally saying it, as opposed to just everybody.
Yeah. And it's
right.
It's been like several years, and that's what's surprising to me. Like, you know, because like I said, this goes back to when the PS5 first came out, and it was diminishing returns on the graphics, and like, you know, there's a lot of people that were like, well, what's the reason for me to spend all this money upgrading, especially if I have to buy it off a scalper, right? And there just wasn't a lot of reason to upgrade. And then and I also find it funny that people, when the Switch 2 came out, they were kind of shitting on the hardware a little bit. And I'm like, I mean, how much better do you want it to be? It's portable, and then 2, it's supposed to have the same, you know, hardware capabilities as somewhere in the PS4 or PS4 Pro, I think. And like, I think that's, maybe they're finally coming to the realization that, I mean, exactly what he said here is like, you know, maybe people want more than just good graphics. Finally. Whoa.
Oh no! For those who showed up late, Jazz isn't here because he's dealing with some in real life stuff. I'm sure he'll be back next week. So
Hey,
don't worry too much.
I just
Huh?
heard big. I just heard some big thunder. So if I drop off suddenly, that's why.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
I heard that it's.
Please don't. It'll just be me and Bear here then.
We have to talk to each other.
Oh my God, no!
Oh, no. Jazz is actually here. He's just got his eyes closed, his mouth closed right now, and you can't see him.
He's back there in the dark corner.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
dark corner. That's just where he is.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's so much with gaming right now that's frustrating. You know, they certain circles seem to think if they can make the next most photorealistic, packed game with everything in it that takes up all the space and uses the most fancy cards, then everybody will make money. When in fact, what we want is something that will run on what we already own and looks good, not necessarily real.
Yeah, and I made a prediction, I think about a year ago, maybe longer, but I think that the next, maybe not the next graphics cards that come out, but the generation after that, I think those are going to be optimized for. Okay, let me rephrase that.
Mm-hmm.
You're definitely going to have ones that come out this next generation that are optimized for AI, but I think that the trend is going to go towards the graphics cards being optimized for AI, because currently the way games work is you have to you make all of the graphics, with the 3D models and the animations and all that. And if the developers, if there's a tool available that allows the developers to realize their vision without going through the manual step of creating all of the assets, like you go directly from let's say it's just like real-time video generation based on text input of what you're doing in the game. I think that if those tools start becoming more available, I think you're going to start seeing graphics cards lean that direction instead of, polygon count. But we'll see.
No, I think you're right. If we can go from AI prompt to actual thing on the screen really quick, then that'll really change things. I know a lot of people don't like that idea for various reasons.
Well, I mean, it's all just about if the developer, you want to make a game, and you put in all of the artistic effort into setting the art style, getting it to output it exactly how you want it to. There's still game mechanics, there's still story, all of that. But if you just basically offload the world rendering to the AI, so maybe I mean, I talked about this in detail. It's really technical, but I talked about it with some other people about you could still make think about it like N64 graphics world, and then the AI just real time converts that to something that looks real. So you think Super Mario 64, but you just give it that as the input, and that's the actual game world you're running around in, as far as all the calculations go. But then the renderer is just making it look realistic, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of different ways they could take it too. So, but yeah, I think that I think that's the direction that we're going to be going in the near future. I think that's the next big leap. I forgot how we got onto this.
We were talking about the stuff on the screen. With the graphics fidelity and video cards and
There was a little bit of a tangent there, I see. But
tangents happen. There's nothing wrong with it.
It does happen. It is normal for this.
It's good conversation. It's a sign of a good conversation. Yeah, I don't remember directly what we were immediately talking about right before that.
Well, I think we kind of just have talked about this story enough. I think we can probably move on at this point.
What do you got next?
Oh, you guys don't want to keep talking about it? I mean, we can totally keep talking about it. I'm sure there's more to be had here. I mean, we can keep talking about it, or we can talk about the Stream Elements issue, where they put out this official update last week where they're apparently in positive discussions with potential acquirers and working to find the best path forward for creators, customers, and our team. They'll share more updates soon. We've spent over a decade building for creators, and we'll do everything we can to keep supporting this community.
I don't like it. Sounds like they're trying to. I don't even know if they're a public company, but I think it works as it is.
I'm concerned that the issue that they're doing this for is not because they necessarily want to sell out as much as they don't have the money to keep themselves running.
They put out a couple months back, kind of like fishing for donations because they were running out of money, and they just didn't market it well.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, like, okay, so I don't have a stream element set up. Do they take a percentage?
No, I don't believe they do.
Well, then how do they pay for their server costs?
Let me double check. I have a Stream Elements, but I've never actually used it.
Oh no, and
because that's
a private company to boot, so it's not public.
Yeah, okay, that's good to confirm, because like as soon as they go public, and they have shareholder interests and all that, you're going to start seeing monetization efforts and terms of service changing and all that, and then like you're not allowed to. It's going to become a thing where like they're going to have restrictions on messages that you can send and censoring and all that.
Of course,
I'm sure.
But yeah, no, Stream Elements does not take a cut from the donations or tips. I kind of think that the place that they made their money is partially, you could actually pay them for the various. So obviously you can set up alerts and stuff through them. You can pay them for the widgets for that stuff. You could pay them for overlays and stuff like that. They also bring in various sponsors, so I imagine they get a cut from the sponsors.
They take a cut from the sponsors, and they take a cut from merch.
Yeah.
Okay, merch makes sense. Yeah.
Those are where they were supposed to be making their money, and apparently they haven't been making enough to cover themselves. So
YouTube takes a 30% cut on super chats. So like, even if Stream Elements, like if it was a choice between them taking like a 5 or 10% cut or like changing management, I mean, if they change management, they're probably going to implement that anyways. But like, if they're having a problem with server costs, then just take a percentage. I mean, I think most people would be fine with that as long as it's still less than YouTube.
Yeah. The problem with it, and with what I've seen with other people who use Stream Elements as their primary donation, is getting people to go and do it through Steam Elements takes a lot more effort than just having people do super chats.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with using Stream Elements, Ko-Fi, any of those. It puts an extra step between you and the people giving you the money. And much as I love all you guys out there, people are lazy, and they really like just being able to hit the button and do the thing.
I definitely understand that. As far as I'm definitely lazy. I guess from my perspective, once I had it set up, I kind of just forgot about it. But yeah, it was extra effort. It took me a while. I mean, mainly it was the fact that YouTube took 30% of it, and the main reason that I in the past that I was giving super chats was to like support people.
Yep.
And like, if 30 out of every $100 that I'm giving them isn't even going to them, then I'm like, I'll yeah.
Oh no,
especially when it's going to YouTube. But the other thing that I don't like about, it's convenient, but the YouTube super chats, you're limited to a certain dollar amount, and you also can't. I guess the other benefit for Stream Elements was that you can use whatever username you wanted, and so I would use joke usernames all the time. And I guess there's pros and cons, but you're absolutely right. Like, there is for the general user, they're probably going to prefer the integrated super chat system, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or whatever. But Yeah, I think though, like, if it's choice between like taking a percentage versus, taking a percentage to stay independent versus not, and potentially like, selling off to somebody who is going to change things, I'd probably prefer the former.
Yeah, I know.
I think
go
most
ahead.
people would. For stream elements, I think most people who are using it would prefer that they lose a little bit on the donations. I have to imagine the reason that they're looking for acquirers is that they've ran the numbers and they don't think that they're going to be able to do it. Have a percentage taken on donos that is feasible, or would be acceptable by people that would it just doesn't work out.
Yeah,
That's my
probably right.
guess.
I know Rumble expressed interest, so I don't know. We'll
That could be good.
have to see how that shakes up. Rumble definitely needs a little bit of help on their end, getting their shit in order. So,
do you think that if Rumble took them over, they would make it more exclusive to Rumble?
Oh, absolutely.
I guess there's still nothing stopping you from, like, especially if you're dual streaming, there's nothing stopping you from like reading the super chat, on screen with, your YouTube stream as well. So
yeah, I use on my end, I use a program called Social Stream Ninja, and it aggregates all the chats. And when someone sends a super chat, I can click on it and pop them up on the screen and read them, and it doesn't matter which chat they sent it to me from. So that's why I like that.
yeah, you get that in Restream. We noticed they all just come up in the same spot.
What I don't like about Restream is it doesn't always show the right emojis. So sometimes you get like the weird square. It just says object or something, and that irritates me.
Yeah, I'll have to pay attention to that. I don't think we've gotten many emojis yet, but I'll keep an eye out for that.
It's just one of those little things that I don't know why. Excuse me, I don't know why it irritates me, but it really irritates me. So
I wouldn't take you for an iPhone user, but
No.
you use iPhone?
no,
Okay. Because I know iPhones have, like, there's some specific emojis to iPhones that when they show up on Android, they're just the boxes.
yeah, no. Also irritating. No, this is literally like just watching my stream or watching other streams. I can tell when somebody's using the Restream thing to aggregate their chats, just because sometimes it just doesn't pop up right. And when I'm watching somebody else and it says OBJ, and it's supposed to be like smiling faces or laughing faces or something. Or in cases of like, if it's somebody who streams to like YouTube and Twitch and they have their personalized emojis in Twitch and they try to pop them up and they don't show up right, and then you're like, I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's just little things like that. Me being fussy. Go figure.
Can't imagine that.
Right. It makes no sense. Why would I, of all people, ever be even remotely fussy?
So I guess from what they're saying here, they're entertaining offers, and if I think worst case scenario is if they go public, but like best case is they get an investor that, and then they're still able to retain at least 51% ownership.
The problem is if they're running to the point that they really feel like they need a buyer, going public probably wouldn't work very well, because who wants to invest in a program?
You see what's happening with Discord, and like
Yeah, that's fair.
as soon as you go public, it's just like all of the regulations start applying, and people start getting a lot more. They apply the magnifying glass a lot more to your goings on, and it's just, I don't know. Better to stay as a private company.
Oh, always. I'm sorry, my cat is. If you're hearing anything strange, my cat has decided that Mr. Norris has decided he needs to chew on the microphone.
Oh, You reminded me. Your cat, I think we were talking about it earlier on, is named after Chuck Norris, right?
Yes.
I had a red Ford F-150 1993 that I nicknamed Truck Norris when I was in college.
That's cute. No, Pokilda. Jazz is not dead. Jazz has just taken the week off. He is sleeping over there in the corner with his eyes closed, mouth shut, so you're not able to see him. He'll be back soon. But so I think we've abused that topic, and I don't have a good segue for this one. So, Meta is preparing to lay off about 8,000 workers. Go figure, which is 10% of its total worldwide staff. With cuts starting around May 20th. This comes despite a strong first quarter, where revenue hit $56.31 billion, up 33% from last year. Leaders say the job cuts are needed to fund huge new spending on AI data centers, as the company now plans to spend between $125 billion and $145 billion on this year on those projects. Oh, God. Workers at Meta are very unhappy and jobless, with one person telling reporters that everyone is unhappy except the top bosses. Go figure. Some staff even hope to get picked for the layoffs so they can receive 16 weeks of pay plus 18 months of health coverage. I'd take it. Shit.
I'm curious, the breakdown on which type of workers those are, because I know that a lot of IT jobs are getting cut, as I work in IT and I see it, like, the level of competitiveness in the work environment is like, well, now with these AI tools, you're kind of expected to, put out about this much work per week or whatever, right? Like the expectation has gone up, and like, different companies will handle it differently, because they could, do the same amount of work with less people, or they could do, 3 times the amount of work with the same people.
Yeah. So I gotta say first, I've never been more excited for when the AI bubble finally bursts. Than after reading this, it's like, fuck Meta. It's not big on them. Second, up 33% from last year, and you gotta. It's clearly not that they have to let these people off. There's very much a financial choice being made here.
Yeah, and that's revenue. Yeah. So I'm curious, like if their costs are going up. Whether or not they're AI costs. You're diagonal. I just got totally distracted by your avatar being diagonal for a minute.
Oh, sorry. I was taking a drink of water.
But yeah, and I know I'm curious how much of that is like expected, if they're increasing prices of stuff because they have to pay their employees more because of inflation, kind of thing.
That could be.
That is definitely going to be part of it.
Yeah, and so there's probably a lot going on, and if it's when revenue goes up, I don't know. I'd be curious to see if their profits have actually gone up.
Yeah.
But that's why I was curious about like what's the breakdown on the workers, because if they're getting rid of like HR people, I'm all for that.
Fucking hope. You hope. It's never going to be that is going to be like up by 10%.
Yeah, and it's worldwide staff too. So like, are they laying off, their entire sweatshop in Taiwan or something? I don't know.
They say they pay these people and they're getting 16 weeks of play plus 18 months of health coverage. So I'm going to say no. It's not the slave factory in Taiwan.
Yeah. For what they're giving this severance here, I'm guessing these are like coders or like they're higher up.
Yeah.
I will say with that amount there of pay, there is a reasonable chance that these are those HR DEI higher type positions too, though.
Yeah. You know what? You're not. it would be in that right same range. So it could be that. I just realized this. You said you're in IT. You're very good at hiding the accent.
Oh yes. I am sorry. My name is Jack.
Yeah, I would not have guessed you were Indian right off the bat.
Hello,
Oh.
this is Kratos IT support.
I would not have played that God of War. I don't think I would. I'd have had to
Yes.
stop.
I am okay. Let's absorb this. I am a Greek character dressed in a Mexican sombrero, talking in an Indian accent.
And who says we're not multicultural?
I'm all the cultural.
You are the Netflix adaptation.
Oh my gosh.
Your attitude is God of War. But yeah, no, it could be I just don't see that being the case. I guess maybe just being negative, and assuming HR is like the blob, you can't actually get rid of it. It just grows perpetually.
Well, if you stop receiving government money for their positions, some of them will disappear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious, just because this looks like it's a few different data points that are just being put into the same tweet, and I'm curious if they're actually correlated. Sometimes they're not, especially at bigger companies. But looking at it as pessimistically as possible, it's like, I know that there's layoffs happening in the IT industry, and so if the majority of those are from those workers being laid off are from IT positions, and they're moving more towards AI tools, where it's like one software lead could do the same work as one software lead with AI tools can do the same amount of work as them, like a lead with 4 developers on their team. And like from the corporate perspective, if the cost of the AI tool is less than those 4 people, then they're probably going to move towards that if the quality doesn't change. But I think that's the big if.
Well, we've seen how well it's worked with Microsoft.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Anytime it comes to the tech world, when they start going AI and being replacing people, I know AI stands for actually Indians. And just I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like Meta as a company in general. I'm shocked that they're making money. So I thought we had an article a couple months back about them having just lost a ton of money.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
But to hear that they're still up from last year, it is
disappointing. Yeah.
I'm just glad that the metaverse failed.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
We all are. Everybody is.
Oh my God.
Of the things we didn't need, that is the one we didn't need most. So.
It's so true.
At least there's some upsides from the past few years. So, yeah. Well, to move us along, I would just remembered something. I did do this yesterday, in fact. That kind of feeds directly into the next thing we're going to talk about. I was able to purchase my Steam controller, so I'm just waiting for it to get here now. I am very excited. In other news, because this poor Hungarian Steam fan was mad that his brand new Steam controller got mistakenly shipped to the UK instead of his home, Steam actually reached out to him and said that he could choose any standard type game for his inconvenience while they got it rerouted back to him. So he not only does he get a Steam controller, he gets a free game.
Forza Horizon 6, apparently.
Chose Forza Horizon 6. Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gabe Newell himself called him up personally. Apologize.
I could see it.
From his yacht. Yeah.
That's satellite phone. Why not?
No, I think it was the customer service representative who was talking about that said that. But still, I mean, in this day and age, when a mistake like this happens, I mean, just for take the fact that it's gaming out of it, how many companies actually do anything to make up for this kind of shit.
Oh
well,
no, this is unheard of. Like there are, like if you order Uber enough times and you just don't get your shit, it's like well, go find it. It might be out there. Go look.
I mean,
It's
the closest to this that I've seen was, and it's not Amazon, but it's like the smaller businesses that sell through Amazon. But like there was a few times where I would get something wrong, and they would just be like, okay, we'll send you a new one, or we'll send you the replacement. Go ahead and just keep that one because it's probably more expensive for them to ship it back than to whatever for me to keep it. And I'm like, oh, cool. Now I have a second thing that I can sell on Craigslist. So.
I mean, just this last April for my husband, for our first wedding anniversary, I actually got my husband a Samsung watch. I got it through one of the refurbishing places on Amazon. Well, the one they sent me was a live demo.
Oh.
So we couldn't get it out of the demo mode to work with his phone. So I contacted them. I'm like, I contacted Amazon, who then contacted the seller for me. And I'm like, this is a live demo model. I can't get it to work. So what are we doing here? And thankfully they did ship me a new model that was not live demo. And I did have to ship the other one back, but they paid for the shipping. So it was very.
So there's some cases, but like, I think a lot of that is because I think they're just a lot of the sellers are not wanting negative reviews, and so they'll take
Amazon
take a loss.
Does have a return policy. You do have to take returns from Amazon.
Yeah, and then I think maybe Amazon. I wouldn't know this for sure, but they probably have partially cover the cost of that with some insurance policy or something.
I don't know about that. I know that a few Halloweens ago, a person put their Halloween costumes up on Amazon and said they would never do it again because of the return policy on Amazon. Like 90% of the Halloween costumes they sold got returned.
Really?
Yeah, they just had a huge influx back, and it's like, what are they going to do? Resell them, and they have to give the money back, and it's like that's a bunch of bullshit. So
wait, did they like buy the Halloween costume, wear it for Halloween, and then send it back?
Yes, that's exactly what they did.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Is that the real reason Spirit Halloween shuts down after Halloween? So
yes. Yeah. After there's it's like, is it the couple days before Halloween you actually can't make any returns?
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is why we can't have nice things, because there's
yes.
scummy people out there.
Oh yeah, people are fucking shit. At the end of the day, I mean, it's.
I was on another stream. We were talking about the Gaben cube, and we were just lamenting the eventual day that he dies, and we were like, well, they should just make they should preemptively make an AI replacement of him to just keep running Valve, so that
Maybe
it never falls into.
Maybe that's why he's on the yacht. I mean, that AI is going to need a lot of cooling. Where else better to get that massive amount of water than in the middle of the ocean on a yacht?
Just a giant steam. Oh, a steam cloud in the ocean. Oh, that's perfect. Because it's constantly cooling them off.
Yeah.
I've done this before. Somewhere in your Steam client, there's a little bit of it's dedicated to hosting Gaben's personality. All of them are just linked together. Once Gaben dies, it will become the hive mind, the Gaben mind, if you will. So,
you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm fine with this sci-fi dystopia.
Yeah, this is actually the one sci-fi dystopia I'm okay with too. To be honest,
because all other alternatives are somebody else gains control of Valve, and that's a bad thing no matter what.
Yeah, then things go to shit.
Won't be Skynet, it'll be Gaben.net.
Wandering Helmsman, how long has it been since Gabe made a public appearance? Maybe it's already Gaben AI.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So with the amount of money that guy must have from Steam, I wouldn't make public appearances. Are you kidding me? No. Be done with that shit.
Yep. I'm just glad he hasn't retired and he still cares a small amount.
I think that's the other thing. He still apparently does care. I mean, he hasn't sold Steam.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how much money he would make in the sale of Steam.
Oh, and you know he's facing an absurd amount of pressure to go public from various corners. I mean, a lot of the rules they make in the UK and the EU over there are basically things that are supposed to force companies to do that kind of thing. And the fact that they just keep going is impressive.
I mean, they take the smallest percentage cut of game sales between the major platforms, and like the more that you sell on Steam, the less percentage they take.
Really?
I think if you I think it starts at like 30. They take a 30% cut, and then if you sell like over, I think it's 500,000, it goes down to 25, and then if you sell over 1 million, it goes down to 20. I might be wrong on the numbers, but something like that.
It is something like that. I don't know the specifics for the numbers myself, but I have heard that it's like that. Steam also, though, works as a bulwark against all those other companies. Other companies can't take more money because Steam doesn't.
Yeah.
It really is an amazing sort of situation that the company's got itself to.
They keep things competitive.
That's how market pressure is supposed to work. Yep.
And then they want to there's people that want to label them as a monopoly, even though their official policy is if you can sell, you can have a game up on Steam and you can put it anywhere else you want. Their only thing that they ask is that you don't unfairly mark the price differently on their other places.
Yeah.
So like if you put it on sale, you know, on what's the other big one?
Epic.
GOG?
Yeah, Epic and GOG,
Epic.
yeah. Yeah, it's like if you put it on sale over there, they just want you to put it on sale on Steam as well, so it's not like an unfair situation, but they're not really a monopoly because they're not restricting people to only be exclusive there. So
Well, and they're a voluntary type of monopoly. Their reason they have so much market share is because they put out such an amazing product that makes people so happy that we don't feel the need to go to all the other ones because we can get everything we want from Steam. If someday someone was to figure out a way to do more than what Steam does, then that one would take its place. But at this point, that would be hard. I mean, I can't imagine what else people would want that Steam gives us now that they could potentially give us.
and I don't even know how you would break up Steam in the first place as far as like a game. I mean, you could obviously break out the hardware parts of it, but like Steam as a game sales platform, whatever you want to call it, like how do you even break it up? Do you divide by genre? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's rough.
I don't think you can. I don't think that there is something, unless you have a government type entity putting their hand into it and fucking shit up. Like, think about Epic. Yes, Epic has other issues, but Epic gives away games. They just give you free games all over the place.
And I still don't open it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've never downloaded Epic, even for the shit that I'm like, oh, that's free on there. I want to play that. I'm gonna wait and buy it on Steam.
Yep. Or I'll wait until it goes on serious sale on Steam, and then I'll get it. Yeah. Why go to a platform that I don't trust, that is poorly optimized, that just recently gave the ability to look into your cart and shit? Why go to a crappy ass program just to get a free game when I can just wait a little bit and maybe buy it for $5 on Steam?
Yeah, and you know what you said, people voluntarily prefer Steam for good reason because they're actually providing like a good product, and that's not even to mention, you know, they keep the prices competitive for games. I can't think of another entity that was more single-handedly important in bringing about indie gaming. Maybe the Switch, because it had a huge indie library, and it built it up over many years. But that wouldn't even be a close second. That would be like, you know, an order of magnitude further down.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems like anything that, well, not anything, but most of the things Steam does, it appears to be stuff that benefits the players, and it still does things on the back end that benefits the devs. So it's created an ecosystem that benefits the entire market, as opposed to just one side or the other.
Yeah, people are big mad about it, so you're gonna go after him, I guess.
Yeah, well, they can stay mad, get fucked, all that fun stuff. So speaking of mad, well, I guess not mad, insane stuff. Here we have an Apex London streamer, Ed Boy Gaming, has done something absolutely insane, which is reaching masters in the game while riding a unicycle.
What?
He is riding a unicycle while playing Apex Legends and reached master in the game. I don't know what this stuff means because I don't play Apex.
Yeah, me either. When you said that, I thought you meant in game.
One shot.
No, he's riding a unicycle outside.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had. So yeah, here we go. You got a guy riding a unicycle, and he reaches whatever level masters is, which looks like it's a step below.
But it's
Go ahead.
like the maximum.
I think it's a step below the maximum.
As soon as you brought this up, I remember having seen this briefly on, I think, Twitch's homepage a few days ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that is an interesting setup he has there.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You know, he's staying fit,
Oh my god.
staying active.
I think everybody in the Apex
While
community knows.
Oh, there you
How
go. It
hard this
says
game
current
is.
rank master. Yeah. So I guess it is the highest rank.
Well, no, Predator is the highest rank.
Is that okay? So it's yeah, I was right the first time. So there, I mean, I can't
still very
ride a motorcycle. I can't ride a unicycle, let alone ride a unicycle and play a video game.
No, I mean it's. But man, just imagine having to be his teammate while he's starting to get good with that. It's like, you fucking throw in by riding a unicycle. Thanks.
You know, I give him kudos for staying active. I've got a walking pad, like a treadmill without the handlebars underneath my standing desk. And you know, when I'm being non-lazy, I'll walk on it while I'm playing a game or doing video editing or something. But I noticed his headphones. So you get sweaty doing these things, staying active while playing a video game. And the ones that I have are like a mesh cushion. They're not the leathery ones. And I'm wondering on those headphones if they're the leather ones, because that would be disgusting.
Oh.
Well, I mean, they're both disgusting, I should say, but the leathery ones, just like I stopped getting the pleather headphones because they just peel off. I can't even tell.
You can't tell. But I would bet it's something custom.
He's wearing a headband.
Yeah.
Block the sweat. His game room probably stinks too.
Oh my god. Yeah, but it took him over 700 hours to complete, and
Let's go.
And he rode for over 4,000 miles during the challenge.
Like, I think everybody in the Apex community knows
Okay, let's do some
how
math.
hard this game is.
If he plays, what do you think, 4 hours a day? Let's say 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's 140 days if he plays 5 hours a day without taking a break. So, like half a year, less than half a year, but.
Now then, I want to know how many. So where is it? I thought I pinned my calculator. I did not pin my calculator. Miles per hour. So, that's not so bad. He did like 5 3/4 miles per hour.
Oh yeah. Well, actually,
On a unicycle.
On a unicycle.
I wonder how he's even tracking that because he's going back and forth.
Yeah, maybe it was a watch thing or so. I don't know, but that's insane. Helmsman says getting mogged by a dude casually riding a unicycle would make me want to uninstall in humiliation.
Yeah, I'd quit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah, I would definitely be giving up at that stage because.
Look at that first comment. He called me a normie for sitting in my chair to interview him.
I like the fact that somebody corrected him on the road because that was actually bothering me because it says road ROAD and it's supposed to be ROD. It bugged me. It bugged me. That's one way to ensure proper posture. Oh, this guy. Doesn't this just show how easy Apex Legends really is? Call of Duty, that's a man game. Come unicycle over here. I want to see him do that. I want to see him find this guy, and I want to see this guy get blown out of the water by the unicycle guy.
These are the kind of conversations that we should have more of. Even
Yeah.
the shit talking is fun and in good spirit.
Yep. That's the fun type. A stupid person doing the stupid thing while playing the stupidest game ever. Yes, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This person just doesn't like fun. Holy shit! I mean,
I get it.
I get it. It is fucking insane.
Yes.
On a keyboard is fucking crazy. This is a controller type setup, and yeah, using the mouse and keyboard while doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Now, what's the next game for him going to be to play on a unicycle?
I don't know, but maybe he'll try
Co-op.
Marathon.
He should play co-op on a unicycle.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say baby steps. Same idea.
Yeah.
How about just some plain old Tetris?
Hmm.
Because I'm old. Why not? Well, here's something Warhammer 40k fans might enjoy. Henry Cavill is one of Hollywood's most dedicated Warhammer 40k fans, who also owns a full Adeptus Custodes. Yeah, whatever. I hate that. Army.
Custodes.
Yeah, well,
I'm not even a fan of it, but I'm friends with people.
Don't spell things wrong. Spell things the way you want me to pronounce them, not the way they're spelled. If you want me to pronounce them otherwise. He was filming what?
I don't even know if that's how it's spelled.
That is how it's spelled.
Custodies.
Yeah. He was filming the Highlander reboot in Poland. While on set near the city's cathedral, the owner of the local game store, Rolly, surprised him with a box set of Custodes miniatures, his favorite faction. Photos captured Cavill's excitement like a kid unwrapping a gift, and the pics quickly went viral. In return, he signed an Ultramarines helmet for the store, now one of its most prized displays.
That's so cool.
And he does genuinely just look pumped to get that.
It's how you know that it's something he's actually genuinely interested in, and rather than it being like a sort of act sort of thing. It's like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally into that. No, he really is. He really genuinely cares about the Warhammer 40k shit, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
he's the lead. He's the leader of the nerds. He's Nerd Prime.
He is.
There should be some kind of nerd Justice League with like him and Gabe Newell and who else? I don't know.
That's the problem. There aren't any really cool, famous nerds anymore. They're all dickheads. Well, I guess Gary could be one. But
Somebody
Gary's weird. Huh?
Somebody just said Nerd Justice League in the Discord. Yes.
These are titles.
Oh yeah. We don't title our stream until the end of the stream, and then the audience gets to vote on it.
Oh, cool.
We got some comments. I love seeing people truly enjoy something like this. Henry Cavill seems like he needs to have either a Warhammer movie, show, or just anything really. I want to see him just tell people about the lore and get more Warhammer fans. From what little I know, the lore is good. Actually, it'd be cool if he just started a little YouTube channel, and just talked about that shit. That'd be kind of cool. Henry Cavill. That was annoying. Henry Cavill's one of the biggest nerds in Hollywood. Fuck Netflix for dropping him from The Witcher. Yeah, because that went over really well for them.
Yep.
It totally didn't drive it into the ground.
And unfortunately, I think he was the best Superman that we've had so far, even better than Christopher Reeve. But
I agree.
Those are fighting words, and you're both wrong.
Well, I don't think that he was paired with good writing. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I think his performance was incredible. It's just the movie had other issues going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of the Snyderverse had other issues going on. But...
yeah, mainly Snyder. But, it's there was an idea.
Christopher Reeve is Superman. I don't care what the rest of you say.
He's good, but like Henry Cavill has the appearance of Superman physically, is what I mean.
Christopher Reeve did too. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I have a hard time with Superman in a wheelchair. It's just something.
I hate you. I'm gonna treat you like a puppy.
And that is why we don't do the show just the two of us.
That reminds me of that recent person in a wheelchair on the red carpet thing.
Oh God. Yeah. What the hell?
Hey, there you go. Perfect Superman actor.
Especially if Netflix made it.
I know.
My God. They gave him the new Femme studies because no one else is buying them.
I hope they didn't. I hope it was an older set. Oh, that would be so rude.
Oh, he wouldn't be that excited for it if that's what it was.
No, yeah, that's true.
I mean, if he's a good actor, he could have pretended to be to not be rude.
It's possible.
But yeah, I don't know enough about his acting to have an opinion. All I know is he has T-Rex arms. What?
T-Rex arms, huh?
Yeah, he's got short little stubby arms.
Little known fact, the T-Rex arms were only small when they weren't excited. They inflated to the size of normal arms when they got excited.
Okay. Sure.
That's
right. Okay. Moving
you can't
on.
prove that I'm wrong.
Anyway. No, we haven't found a single excited T-Rex skeleton. You're right.
Oh, they were all dying.
Well, some people are excited to die. Have you not heard of autoerotic asphyxiation?
That is something that's exclusive to us.
That's
all
not
the T-Rexes,
true.
All the T-Rexes were cold. It was shrinkage.
Yeah, they outlived the meteor. They just all had belts around their necks.
Oh,
strange.
Oh.
The ones that walked into the tar pits, they were rock hard.
I'm sure they were. Fun fact, Trek arms are strong enough to bend steel. It's another thing we can't prove true or untrue.
Exactly.
So, how about we talk about some mixtape? Is anybody excited about mixtape? You guys really love that, what's it? God damn it, I had the word for a second. Now it's gone.
Concord?
No. That word, mixtape, the music that goes on a video, that goes on a game. Yes! You guys really love that mixtape soundtrack, right?
Soundtrack.
There are some songs on the mixtape soundtrack that exist.
Perpetuity. Okay, this is saying 50 to 500K per song. That's I don't have a reference point, but that's still insane.
Yeah, I mean,
the amount of money that went into this game is insane.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So most games that license real songs have to worry about, the licensure expiring eventually. And so the thing going around is that mixtape won't ever, I mean, they've licensed in perpetuity. So they are licensed forever. Mm-hmm. And to license that many songs and I haven't. I have only heard like the song from that stupid end clip where, you know, you don't have to actually push any buttons unless you're Az and you break it.
Yeah. So one of my problems with the OST is it just didn't feel like they were actual 90s songs.
That's what I've heard mostly, is that they didn't feel very 90s, even though this is supposed to be, you know, a game set in the 90s. My thing is and maybe I lived in a weird house where we were a little more technologically ahead than everybody else. I don't think I recorded a tape after 1993. We actually burned CDs.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
you started way earlier than I did. I was. Oh,
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Fuck. I think I was doing tapes all the way up to like the 2000s.
Yeah, I was born in 1990, and I remember having some cassette tapes that were like given to me by my older siblings and my parents, but like I never owned anything besides CDs. And like I made mix CDs and as early as I think 2000, 2001.
Yeah. And so I was born in 82. I made myself some, you know, cassette tapes in my younger years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say about 93 when we've got, well, no, probably not 93. So what was it? Windows 95? It was probably about 95 then that we started burning our CDs, or, you know, if we wanted to do that. But
yeah. I didn't have a computer or anything until like near the end of high school. So like around 2005 to 2006. I had like, I know in very early in the 2000s, like I got super excited because I got a dual like CD player, cassette player. I was finally able to like do both. I was like,
I had a CD player that did that in the 90s. I went to sleep. I used to listen
Rada,
to music
I was fucking poor.
So were we, but my mom loved layaway.
Apparently not that poor.
Like I said, my mom loved layaway.
Yeah, fair
so okay. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. And the lightning, thunder.
Yeah, my computer flashed for a second, and I am on a power supply, so my computer won't turn off, but my lights will go out. But that was a close one. But anyways, I looked up. So I was 9 years old, mind you. The first two CDs that I ever owned were Eiffel 65 Europop and the Backstreet Boys Millennium album, which both came out in 1999, and that would have been when I would have made, because I made a mix CD with some of those songs and a few other songs from CDs my sister had.
Oh.
So like 1999, CDs were, I would say, the default, at least by then.
And that's fair. That's probably the case.
So this is interesting. So yeah, Yokai said they use the 70s and 80s songs. The main character is hyper-fixated on the 70s and 80s music tapes. So that really explains a lot why a lot of 90 kids I know are like, I mean, like Devo is definitely not the 90s. The Cure, not the 90s.
I don't know any of these songs.
Yeah.
I know the one here, and I know Devo, and that's the extent of it.
Yeah, I know of Devo and I know of The Cure. I haven't heard many of their songs. I bet maybe if I hear some of these songs.
Smashing Pumpkins. Oh yeah, I know them.
Yeah, I know Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know that song.
I know Iggy Pop.
Maybe if I hear these, I would recognize them.
I've heard of Susie and the Banshees. I don't know if I know the song.
Well, that's the other thing. I've heard of a number of these, but I don't think I've ever sat down and listened to. Way more than half.
I would have to listen to them. But none of I mean, the only thing I've heard from it is this Yesterday's Hero song in that one cutscene. And it didn't sound at all familiar to me. I might know this one.
You can't have a 90s soundtrack without the impression that I get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
I mean, but if you're going to make a movie or a game or whatever the fuck you want to call this creation about growing up in the 90s, and you don't have any actual songs from the 90s,
I don't
Does
know.
that really?
I don't think that
What?
makes any sense. No, and I think that this is a list of songs that somebody who worked for them it's just their favorite songs.
I mean, that would definitely explain the storyline, which is hold on, let me the
Oh,
fact
there's an
that
artist. There's an artist named BJ Thomas. How about that?
you didn't know that
No.
it was most of all.
Mm.
Yeah, right there on the list.
Oh yeah.
There's also Stan Bush, Mondo Rock. I was like, I vaguely remember these names, but I would have to sit down and play these songs, and we're not doing that on the stream. So,
Stan Bush is on there twice. Is Stan Bush related to Kate Bush? I know that song from Stranger Things.
remember when CD players introduced the electronic skip functionality and CDs not skipping? Oh my god, yeah, I remember that. I remember being when the Walkman, when you could walk around with your Walkman and it actually played the song all the way through instead of skipping every time you like stumbled or something. Yeah, that was really cool. I remember that. God, I feel old.
You are old.
Fuck off.
I was able to ride my bike with a CD player in my backpack and without it skipping. And
I couldn't drive my car over a bump without the CD player skipping.
Yeah, my first CD player, when I was on the bus, every little bump and I would skip, so it was a nightmare.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
maybe I'm just not remembering the skips.
No, you were young. You said you were born in 90 something. I was born in 82, so.
I remember it did skip. I just don't remember it being like so much of a problem it ruined the music for me.
No,
Not
it could
really,
definitely
but-
be a problem, depending on, especially if you're on like a
Yeah.
dirt road or something, and yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, a lot of
That's
fun.
why you hold your CD player sideways.
Or you do just do it like you're holding an open cup of coffee while you're driving. just like hold it so that the car motion doesn't move it around.
Yeah, yeah, you're the one thing I can't remember the name. Fuck it, I don't care.
Make your arm a shock absorber.
Yeah, that thing. We'll go with that. So here's something that you guys know more about than I do, because I didn't even know what a Plex was, and they told me, and I still don't care. But Plex
This
has
is
announced
insane.
Plex has announced a price increase for lifetime Plex for lifetime Plex Pass subscriptions. Starting July 1st, 2026, the one-time cost will rise from $249.99 to $749.99. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a nice $500 thing right there.
It's
Jesus.
three times the cost. Yeah, 3 times the cost.
On the plus side, it is a lifetime subscription, so if you pay it, you're only playing it once. Existing lifetime subscribers will be grandfathered in with no changes to the accounts or benefits, which is nice.
For now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Monthly and annual Plex Pass subscriptions remain unchanged for now. The company states the adjustment supports the platform's ongoing value and long-term development. Current users can still buy at the old price until the effective date. So if you're going to do this, do it now.
Yeah, and I can deep dive into this. So this is actually I can look up the exact date, but it's about a year since they doubled the price from 120. Let's see, it was 120 early 2025. It said it went to 250. So it's doubled last year.
Damn.
And now it's tripling. Okay. And so basically, if you guys don't know what Plex is just if you have a bunch of, let's just say you perfectly legitimately bought a bunch of movies and shows on Blu-ray, and then you rip them, and then you want to store them on your own hard drive. And then what Plex does is it allows you to, you basically run a server, and there's like a client that you can, it's, they have it on Android and iOS and pretty much everywhere. So you can open up the client, and it looks pretty similar to what you would expect from any other streaming platform, like, Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And basically all it does is it takes your files and it allows you to play them, but it also fills in all the metadata of like who wrote the thing, what year it came out, all the actors that were in it, then Rotten Tomatoes stuff and all that. And so it goes and it fetches that off the internet and then it just like stores it alongside of it. So so far everything that I've said, there's no reason to pay. Like that's all being done on your server. There's no server cost on Plex's side, right? And so, but there are a few features where, and it is a very valuable thing, but I'm finding more and more reason to switch off of it. But the things that are locked behind the Plex Pass are things like remote streaming. So if you want to, watch any of your library content when you're not on the same internet network, like if you're wherever you're traveling, remote streaming, that has to go through like a middleman server of theirs. And then it's like bandwidth limited and all that. And so it's kind of complicated, technical, but that's one of the things that's locked behind it. And then there's it's a bunch of other like quality of life stuff, but yeah, I think the reason that they're upping the price again is kind of stupidly like, well, they doubled the price last year and now they're not getting enough subscriptions. Oh, well, I guess let's increase the price more. Stupid. No, but they're going to have a spike in sales between now and when this happens, and then nobody will ever buy it again at that price. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous to me. And like, me and my buddies who have our Plex server set up, we're like, yeah, just wait until they, they're like, oh, now we're introducing Plex 2 and we're going to stop support for the original Plex and all the, you had your lifetime subscription to the lifetime of the Plex 1. So you have to get a new one for Plex 2 now. It's probably what they'll do. They'll find some way of getting out of it. I don't know, but I don't know. It is completely ridiculous how they're thinking anybody will pay $750 for. It's honestly bells and whistles features, unless they put more stuff behind the paywall, which is they'll shoot themselves in the foot. What do you think?
No, so what I think is going on here, and yeah, you have definitely way more information than I did about it, is they're banking on those sales that are going to come before July 1st, and then they'll probably sit at the $749 for a month or two, and then they'll revert the price. They'll drop it down to something more.
Hey, it's on sale for 65% off.
Yep. It'll be something like that in perpetuity, where it's like they just need that influx of cash right now. They're hoping that this is going to spur it.
Yeah, but Plex has for a long time been getting on my nerves because, like I said, it's a platform for you to self-host your own videos, and they've been trying to pivot their company and make themselves more of like a streaming hub where you can like integrate your Netflix and your Disney Plus and all this other stuff into one area. And so they're catering to more of that kind of crowd. So
yeah, it's it's dumb. It's so dumb. I think they think they're more valuable to their customers than their service really is, and it's gonna keep them in the foot.
I don't think they understand. I mean, maybe they do, and they're trying to move away from it because their customer base are people who, for as long as I've known what Plex was, it's people who have their own copies of things, and like it or not, the perception is that when they get investors coming in and they're like, so all of your customers, they completely legitimately got all of this content, right? And Plex is like, yeah, sure. And I think that their end goal is just to get away from, they're putting less and less emphasis on the self-hosted thing, and they're trying to move people more towards using them as some kind of a service for something that it was never intended to be. And like, if they should just they should split apart and make two different products, honestly, because all the people that want, you know, the self-hosted thing, they're not interested in all this other. They'll like advertise like, hey, Plex now has this available for streaming, because they'll get licenses for some stuff, like some crappy show or something like Tubi does, you know. And like some low cost show that they can make available for people with the Plex Pass. But they're trying to essentially like push people in that direction, and all the self-hosted people are like, no, I don't want that, get that off of my screen. And then all the people who are that other audience that they want are not interested in the complexities of self-hosting anything.
No,
So
it's definitely two pieces that don't fit together.
yeah,
They're not a part of the same puzzle, even.
and so I think this is just the latest in Plex not understanding who their customers are, or maybe not value. Maybe they're going after a different version of like their version of the modern audience, you know. And like
The business not understanding their audience, crazy.
Yeah.
And they're trying to squeeze money out. They're trying to get profit, and at the same time they're like ignoring all of the things that their actual user base has been asking for. And I have a few things on that list, but you know, like the where they're putting effort, it's not in the right place. And so it's a weird pattern in like a lot of businesses, because you see it in movies and games too. So it's pretty much anything Hollywood gets its hands on suffers from this, I think.
Makes sense.
But
Sounds like too much work for me.
I would recommend. Here's my recommendation. I think Plex is going down the wrong path, but I'm already like invested in it, and so I have an account with Plex Pass, and I found a loophole where you can have like a parent account and then have a bunch of individual accounts underneath the same group, and they inherit the Plex Pass benefits. So if you're gonna go Plex, do it that way. But at this point, honestly, I would say go Jellyfin. Jellyfin is the open source Plex alternative, and I think it's getting better and better. I haven't looked at it in a little while, but like, it's open source, it's free. I think their only downside is that they don't have like a reliable client like on iOS and Android as much as Plex does, but that can be solved. There are options, but it's not as like under one roof per se. But yeah, if anybody's looking at Plex, I would say go Jellyfin. If you have to go with Plex, do the thing where I said, where you only need to get one lifetime subscription, and then get it before July 1st.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's cool and things and stuff, and we are out of topics. This is cool.
What?
Well,
We're out of topics.
out of
Oh.
topics. Well,
Oh no.
my
Normally we have the yapper here who keeps things going longer.
No, that's okay.
I mean, I can talk about Plex for another 3 hours if you want me to.
Please don't. Not that we don't love hearing you talk. I just don't care about Plex.
Yeah.
That's about where I am. Oh, okay. So I'm going to share this just because this interests me. And you know what? After the Plex talk, I think I should get to talk about something that interests me.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, we talked a lot of tech tonight.
I like tech.
Economics.
This is kind of fun too. Creature performer / actor Doug Jones will get the spotlight in documentary Get Me Doug Jones. The doc will explore how an actor in mime became one of Hollywood's most sought after performers when it comes to creating fantastic creatures in full body makeup and costume.
I just watched a movie with him in it earlier today.
Yeah,
and
he's
that was
fantastic.
Benchwarmers. You remember Benchwarmers?
Wow.
With
Yeah.
Rob Schneider, David Spade, and John Heater. And you guys want to guess who he played in that movie?
Doug Jones.
Did he play David Spade? I wasn't paying attention. I'm just curious.
So in that movie, well, John Lovitz is also in that movie. That'll be your hint.
No, that doesn't help.
Okay, John Lovitz in that movie is a rich guy who funds their baseball thing that they're doing, and he has a robot called Number 7 Robot. Doug Jones plays that robot.
Oh, that's cool.
A robot
That makes
butler.
sense.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie. I have not seen that movie since that movie.
I have not seen that movie.
The
But
last time I saw it, Schneider and Spade were still relevant.
Right.
Schneider and Spade are still pretty cool, though.
They are cool.
Of all the people in Hollywood, those two actually recently have been a little bit based. Yeah.
Well, so does Lovitz lately too.
Mhm.
It's interesting, but yeah. No, Doug does some really cool, obvious character acting or creature acting, and he does some really cool character actings too. So,
They didn't even need to give him makeup for that one.
No, this just looks just like him.
That's just him.
He's got his eyes there. It's a your parents warn you if you touch yourself too often, you grow eyes in your palms. And that man's a champ.
And then there's the ever popular, if you make that face, it might stick that way.
Yeah. I did like him in Hellboy.
Yeah, he's done some really cool stuff. So the fact that he's getting his own documentary to cover it is really cool. Apparently, he did the Big Mac guy,
And he was the Silver Surfer in the 2007 one. I don't know if he was the voice. I think they did a different voice for him, but he was the physical actor for it.
but he is possibly one of the creepiest looking dudes on the planet. So the fact that he does such an amazing job isn't all that surprising to me. He's still just really cool. So I saw that.
He looks like a male Tilda Swinton.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see where that could be a
If
thing.
they had a child together, it would be the most androgynous child.
The most what the fuck is this kid ever?
Yeah.
So David Bowie.
They would be born they them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think him, Tilda, and David Bowie are all in the same family.
Yeah,
He was
they.
assigned to confused at birth.
Oh, now here's some breaking news. If you can forgive the source, depending on how you feel about the source.
Just don't be gross.
GitHub hacked. And it is gross.
Fucking hell.
It's still news. Look, it's not my fault it came from him.
I just knew it. Just fucking knew it.
Well, it's not like he's giving a bad opinion or trying to sell us something. But yeah, GitHub hacked. The Eternal Repository has been breached. Hacker group claims to have this data, including 4,000 private repositories, and is offering to sell it for minimum $50K or the highest bidder. Really, only $50K?
Well, it's still GitHub at the end of the day. Like, it's
I mean,
impressive, but you know,
a lot of people will go on there and just like put together a half-working project. So it's, you might find a diamond in the rough, but you have to go look for it. And then, I mean, like, but there are, I mean, it is news for anybody who codes. And I recently I made a project on GitLab, which is the competitor to GitHub. It's basically the same thing. It's just a Coke versus Pepsi type thing. But there's a lot of people that would like put their projects on there and leave them as private because like you have some cool program idea and you go and you develop it on there with some friends, and then it's like you want to leave it private because you don't want it getting out, because like if whatever Microsoft gets their hands on it, they could just pull it out from under you. Just implement it before you can.
You mean do what Microsoft does?
Yeah, and so like
getting onto someone's private GitHub account or GitHub repository and trying to figure out what the fuck they were doing in the first place. It's like, maybe this is a diamond. I don't even know what I'm reading.
Well,
These are certainly
guess-
all programming language.
I guess okay, so I'll look at this from Microsoft's point of view, because somebody like Microsoft or Meta or Apple might be interested in coming in here and buying this, because for how much? 50,000?
Yeah.
Then all they have to do is throw an AI at it to see if there's anything of value in there.
Yeah. And who
Something
knows
like
what gold could be in there.
So like,
But GitHub has posted, we are investigating unauthorized access to GitHub's internal repositories. While we currently have no evidence or impact to customer information stored outside of GitHub's internal repositories, such as our customers, enterprises, organizations, and repositories, we are closely monitoring our infrastructure for follow-on activity. If any impact is discovered, we will notify customers via established incident response and notification channels.
So what that first thing is alluding to is, so there was a company that I worked for where they had their own server running they're running GitLab, right? But again, it's the same thing. So you can run it, like you can run a version of it on your own, or you can use their cloud hosted thing.
Mhm.
And like, the implication is like, well, can you go back to that one? Sorry, I want to see specifically what they said on that last message. Currently have no evidence of impact to customer information stored outside of they're talking about they have no evidence that it's affecting people who are running their own servers.
Yeah.
Because that would be a huge deal, because the company, well, it wasn't GitHub, it was GitLab, but like the company that I worked for was a bank, and so there's
That could be bad.
yeah. But you could have there might be some situations where I don't know, you have like, maybe it's a small bank like SoFi or something. I mean, I don't know how small they are anymore, but let's say SoFi has all of their code infrastructure on GitHub's cloud, and like, oh well, now everybody who has a SoFi account, too bad. Now hackers have a backdoor into your system, whatever.
Yeah, that would suck.
But hopefully,
would suck hard.
Hopefully, it's not that bad.
So this is interesting.
It's not a ransom.
Oh.
What does
This says, hello again, Breached. Hope everyone is doing well. We are here today to advertise GitHub's source code and internal orgs for sale. No lowball offers will be accepted. Everything for the main platform is there, and I'm very happy to send samples to interested buyers to verify the absolute authenticity. There is a total of around 4,000 repos of private code here. Here is a list of all the repos. Please read these carefully to understand what the breach entails. As always, this is not a ransom. We do not care about extorting GitHub. One buyer, and we shred the data on our end. It looks like our retirement is soon. If no buyers is found, we will leak it for free. If you are interested, send your offer to the communications below. Excuse me, we are not interested in under 50K. The best offer will get it. Thank you.
Yeah. So 4,000 doesn't seem like it's all of it.
No, it just seems like they got a good chunk out.
Yeah. And it was probably a bunch of people who had passwords that were less than 8 characters or something.
Yeah. You got to be careful with that shit, guys. Get strong passwords.
Yeah. So, okay. Maybe not as bad as initially Grum's made it seem here, but
Well, I mean,
it does
if
say
your
4,000.
stuff's in it or not.
And if there's anything of value, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It sounds to me like they know they probably don't have much of value. I mean, 50K for 4,000 repositories tells me they probably smurfed through it already and didn't find anything of value.
It's like one of the. Do you ever see those things that you can buy that are like, I've never bought one, but I've seen this advertised all the time. It's like a lot of Pokemon cards, and they give you like a stack of cards, and there's a chance that there's something of value in there, but there's probably not.
Yeah. Or buying one of those mystery boxes.
Yeah, mystery
It's
box.
just somebody else's dirty clothes.
It's just like a bunch of junk from around the house that you didn't sell in the garage sale.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a box of cash. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Hey, it could be anything. It could even be a boat.
It could be a boat.
It
There-
was
there-
not.
There could always be a boat in the box. Remember that, guys.
Yeah.
Always go for the boat. But yeah, that's
Well, how long does your show normally go? Like
normally
3-4
we
hours?
manage to make it into 11. So the fact that we've only managed about 2.5 hours really demonstrates how much we need the yapper Jazz, because Bear and I are more likely to sit here and fight with each other than we are to really have a discussion.
It does happen. We've done the math on it before, though, and Jazz really does
Yeah,
talk for about an hour and a half on his own,
yeah.
Mhm.
regardless of stories or
Yeah,
topics.
I mean, just between his week and just he's a very talkative fellow. He fills his role perfectly. I cannot replace him in any way, shape, or form. He is much more personable and exciting than I am. I am known to be the I'm just the bitch.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when I have to pretend to be friendly,
It
I can
hurts her.
do it, but you know that there are people out there better suited to it than me.
Everyone.
Yeah,
Well, I have a funny story if you want to kill some time.
sure.
Go ahead.
It's a short story. So we're banned on TikTok already for Blind Spot Gaming.
Holy shit! How'd you manage that?
Well, I started the TikTok account. It's just to post the shorts, and then the shorts are just to bring in traffic into the
Viewers,
main
right.
the main show. Yeah. There goes the lightning, thunder. Okay. And so when it had been created for a few days, and so then when we went to go post the first clips that we made, we did it through Restream, and we're like, okay, we'll post the first one and we'll make sure that it worked. Okay, YouTube looks good, Twitter looks good. It's not showing up on TikTok. Why isn't it showing up? Okay, I don't know. I'll try posting a manual one, and then Cloud was doing the clips on Restream, and so he kept posting them, and they weren't showing up on TikTok at all. And it was like I kept going and refreshing the page, and then one time I refreshed the page and it was like, you've been logged out. Okay, I logged back in. You've been banned. What?
Oh,
We haven't even posted anything yet. And literally I think all it was they probably just didn't like that we were posting too much all at once. So
Oh,
yeah, and then I've been, for like more than a week, I've been dealing with their it took me a few correspondences to realize I was talking to an AI. Well, it's sometimes it's hard to tell an AI from an Indian.
yeah, yeah. Well, so, I mean, often they're the same thing. So
But then on the last message, I was just like, okay, I did what you told me to do. Can I please talk to a human to get this resolved? And then the next message that I got back was like formatted completely differently.
oh god,
Like had a what's it called? When you put your name at the bottom, I forget what that thing is called.
a signature.
A signature, yeah. An email signature.
Mm.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll get it resolved. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have to just make a new account.
That's too funny.
I can't make it with the same
Name.
username, so
Yeah.
that would suck.
Yeah.
Well, that was my funny story.
That-
Banned before we could even get started.
That is pretty funny. That is pretty funny. You know what? Since we have a little bit of extra time, and we, well, actually, so this is what we'll do first. First, I'll look at our title options. Which, wow. Okay.
yeah. Well,
It's,
it's fucking dire.
Okay.
You have 3?
It's a no. We have 2. Normally we have
Oh.
more than 4.
I was counting that other one,
And what other one?
the one above May 19th.
Oh
Wasn't it?
yeah, the mixtape mix sweeps. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just one of those nights. We miss Jazz. Jazz, we hope you're doing okay. We want you to come back.
Yeah. We really can't do this without you.
I wish I could have met you.
Well, you can always come back.
You can come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear doesn't
anytime.
hate you, so.
Anytime.
Why would it be me? If anyone's gonna hate the guest, it's you.
He's
Even
already
when
my
they're-
friend. How can I hate him?
That's
You can
even
hate
more
friends.
reason.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But let me put the title in.
I know already.
Title. What did you say?
I said I know already that if it was a friend, you're more
Mhm.
likely to hate them. This is how you roll.
Another. Well, it's not funny. Just.
Hey,
interesting-
Savage. It's good to see you, sir.
We got Prof in the chat. What's he
Yeah,
saying?
he popped up. He's like he always forgets that I'm his age.
I'm getting a flash flood warning.
Oh,
So
cool.
maybe it's for the best that we're ending.
Yeah, that way if he needs to swim out, he's got plenty of time. But since one of your co channel people are
Yes.
in the chat, why don't you go ahead and tell people what you guys are doing over on Blind Spot Gaming again?
Yes, Blind Spot Gaming. Actually, do you want to bring up one of the streams and just like skim through to see what the
Oh,
the
yeah,
layout
yeah.
looks like?
I can do that. I
Blonde
can do
spot
that.
gaming is just Rada.
Well, there is a blonde on
I
the
hate
game
you.
on the. There is a blonde on the stream, being Cloud, a very iconic blonde. But yeah, so basically what we do is we play games that we've never played before. We go into it blind, and the person playing the game can't look up spoilers. They can't use guides or walkthroughs, and so then you have a second person on stream who's called the spotter. And the spotter, because the player isn't allowed to look at the chat, the spotter keeps the chat going. Yeah, so as you can see, you got this is Final Fantasy VII. We play this Thursday nights. We've done a couple streams so far. You've got me playing, and then Cloud as the spotter down there. And so as the chat comes in, he'll keep them engaged, and he'll filter out any spoilers or anything. And it keeps the conversation going, so I don't have to pause the game, and then we don't miss any chats or anything like that. So it's kind of a cool format. And then we're going to be, if you're not interested in Final Fantasy VII, we've got Ocarina of Time on Mondays coming up with. I'll be the spotter for that one, and then Silver Harmony is going to be playing. And then Saturday you've got Portal 2 with Weasel and Silver, and we'll have all sorts of different games, guest spots available, different genres, different platforms, different generations of console as well. So I think the newest that we would do would be like maybe like a 2016 2017 game. We probably wouldn't do anything newer than that. But yeah, anything that's considered iconic that, if you hear a buddy say that they've never played like Ocarina of Time, then, send them our way. We'll see if we can fit them into the schedule. So we're going to try to do one a day. And we've got a lot planned. We've got like 25 different games that we're prioritizing right now.
Cool.
So if you don't like the current offerings, then maybe check back in every once in a while. We might be doing a game that you're interested in. So Resident Evil's on the horizon. I think one of the Fallout games. Hollow Knight, I think, might be coming up. So all sorts of stuff.
Now, if you guys do want to check them out, all the links are down in the description, including the link tree for Blind Spot, so that you can catch them wherever you like to watch, YouTube, Kick, Rumble, whatever. It's all down below. Also, you can follow our guest here, Kratos, on X, which is also down below. So that's all that fun thing. Figured out.
Thanks.
And
Thanks for the opportunity.
of course. And if you are a person who has a game that you love, or if you're one of those people who know you missed something, go ahead and contact them. They're on Twitter. I believe that's in the link tree as well.
Yep.
So you can contact them through Blind Spot Gaming if there's, a game burning a pocket in your hole or in your head
Yes.
that you can recommend or check out.
Also, if you know of anybody who just maybe they infamously haven't played something, bully them to come on our show.
Yep, and I will. These are the rare type of people that I will actually vouch for. They're pretty cool to hang out with and shit. So,
yeah. So Professor Savage Dad made the video intro that we showed earlier. A good portion of it, and Weasel. So this overlay that you're seeing, this border that goes around all of the frames and all that, Weasel made that. Cloud, who's the spotter here, he's been making the shorts. He's kind of in the producer role. And let's see, Weasel also made the music, background music that plays in the intro. Yeah, so it's been a group effort. We've been kind of putting it together for 4 months or so in earnest. We had the idea a while back. Actually, the idea comes from, I was watching another YouTube channel do a playthrough of Ocarina of Time, and that's one of my favorite games. But he kept letting the chat influence what he did, and it was annoying me because I wanted to. I mean, part of me wanted to see him fail, but the other part of me was it's more satisfying when they figure it out on their own. They don't just get the answer to the puzzle.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what pushed me over the edge of actually wanting to implement this, put it into action. It's been a group effort, and we're going to slowly ramp up over the next couple months. And so we got one now, but expect one a day sometime in the midsummer. And we're definitely looking for guests.
As they get warmed up to it. Yep.
Yeah. No shortage of games to play either. So.
No, definitely no shortage of games. Holy shit. So many games out there. So many games to experience yet. It's the fun of life. Unfortunately, we don't have any questions tonight. So, that's not something we'll be doing. So that's cool. I'm going to go ahead and end the Q&A then.
What were the options for the title?
The title options were, Gaben calls from his yacht in Nerd Justice League. As of right now, with 5 votes or 80%, Nerd Justice League has won.
Very nice.
All right.
So,
I guess who else would be on the Nerd Justice League? We said Henry Cavill and Gabe Newell.
Yeah. I would put Gary on. I'd put Nerdrotic on.
Yeah, he's a good one. He's getting up there in popularity too.
Yeah, he would be the literature nerd.
He'd be the Aquaman of the group. Come on.
Oh no. Oh no.
Which is sad to call him the literature nerd. The number of times I've sent him words and he can't read them. Oh my god.
He can't even say your name.
No, he can't. Oh, I will never forget. The reason I am the abysmal critic, I was originally the abyssal critic, and then I super chatted Jeremy Griggs, D-Day Cobra, and he looks at the word and he goes, abyssal critic, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm like, I don't consider abysmal to be, or abyssal to be that high a
no, that's
a word. I mean,
it's
not your higher vocabulary word. And then, so on Friday Night Tights, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm going to super chat Gary. Surely Gary can read this word. No, neither of them can. And thus, a whole back and forth happened, and they decided I should rename myself the Abysmal Critic. So I just went ahead and went with it.
I think it works.
It does. I mean, I like the name, and it's funny. And let's face it, the fact that those two men can't read is going to forever be hilarious.
Considering one of them wrote a book. And
To be
he
fair,
barely
he
read.
had his wife to help, so there is that.
He ghost wrote a book, I guess, right?
You can read a lot of words that you don't necessarily speak all that often, though. I know a lot of my vocabulary comes from just things I've read that
Yeah.
I've never actually had to say out loud.
Mhm.
And
So
to
I
give
can
him
kinda get that.
to give him full credit, I mean, he is a comic book nerd, so
Yeah.
he's good at reading stuff, just not good at reading it out loud.
But he's also a
He's-
Lord of
he's
the
reading
Rings
from the
nerd.
pictures.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh well, no, then that should cancel that out.
It really should. But yeah, it's whatever. But
I mean, at least he doesn't call you the Abby Small critic.
this
so-
is true. This is true. But yeah, that was funny. But yeah, who else? We got 3 guys.
I'm trying to think of more, and
Who-
there's a lot of people for like the League of Evil, but not.
Yeah, Alyssa Mercante.
Yeah,
Oh God,
Who's the
Nikita.
that one?
Sarkeesian.
Chiquita Sarkeesian.
Yeah, I couldn't remember her first name. I don't like her.
no, Chiquita Sarkeesian's even better. That's
Yeah.
the Mexican spinoff.
Yeah, I think that's her new nickname. Chiquita Sarkeesian. It's kind of hard to say though.
No, it's Chiquita Carcinogen.
Yeah, that's actually probably far more accurate of a name for her.
That's a good name for a villain. Chiquita
Yeah.
Carcinogen.
The title. Damn it.
Mhm. That is unfortunately too late. We've already picked our Nerd Justice League title.
Who else is a nerd icon? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
We just
and
don't have that many anymore.
You don't.
I mean, you give Sydney Sweeney a pity position.
For what?
Well, okay. If someone's gonna be Aquaman, then it would be Sweeney at that point. Then no, because it's kind of that pity position. Don't really belong.
Yeah, I mean, what was the story about her like working on trucks? I mean, it's not a nerdy thing, but it was like I don't. Do you remember that story?
No, for the life of me. I mean,
Nope.
she rounds out the team, literally.
I just want the person with the breasts. That's all.
That there's a reason why Wonder Woman was part of the Super Friends. Keep
Yeah.
in mind the original.
I thought
Wonder
it was
Woman,
because
this
everybody
was
wanted
PG-13.
the invisible airplane, but okay.
Yeah, she was their what's that called? No, their
Token?
the heck is it called when you get like free air travel, whatever?
Frequent flyer miles?
Yes,
Taxi?
the frequent flyer mile donor. That was her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a stretch.
It was
It's-
just
well,
a little bit. But
Tried.
kind of like the end of this show.
Yeah, we're also stretched.
We have stretched this to the point that it might hurt later.
Oh
Gaz
God,
is gonna watch this later and he's gonna be disappointed. He's gonna
it's good.
What do you
Set
guys
a
do
sad
there without
Cosby.
me?
gifts. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason we don't do so hot without him, and he knows this. He doesn't believe us, but he knows this. He just thinks we should talk more. He doesn't understand. He just does not understand. Hopefully, after this, he will.
Well, hopefully I ate up enough time. With,
Oh, no.
No, you're a very pleasant guest.
Without you, it probably would have been about an hour show.
You're very confident or very optimistic, thinking we would have made it an hour.
Oh no,
Huge.
I totally believe we would have done both of our weeks in about 10 minutes each. And then all of the rest of the stories would have been the last 40 minutes. And that would be it. That would be
Each
the whole
topic
hour.
would have been you reading the topic out and then us both going, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sucks and close.
God, that's stupid. Okay, what's the next one?
We'd have a very efficient show. Not very good, but very efficient.
Very unentertaining. We are not entertaining on our own. We know we accept this, and that's why we have the black guy.
Yeah, we go from infotainment to just info.
Do you want some information? Come watch us.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so I guess it is time to wrap things up then. Go ahead and one more time, Kratos, tell people where to find you.
Yeah, so you can find me Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Central on Blind Spot Gaming on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. We're going through Final Fantasy VII, the original one. I'm playing it on a PlayStation controller. It's not an emulation. I'm actually playing it on the PlayStation Classic, the little mini console. And we're only playing it like 2.5 hours a week, so it's probably going to take me like a year to get through it. So we'll see how that goes.
That's going to be a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Twitter as well if you're interested in the show. Just reach out. Also on Discord, if anybody's interested in the Fellowship Discord, you can get the link for that as well. You're still a moderator on that.
Why did anybody ever make me? I don't pay any attention to the Discords I'm in. I pay precisely 0 attention. Why would you ever make me a moderator?
Yeah, not really. I don't really pay much attention either. But no, we still do movie nights over there sometimes. It's been impromptu the last several months, but we just watched. Well, it wasn't really a movie night, but I was watching The Nutty Professor, and I just shared my screen, and some other people were watching as well. But
which one?
Both.
Both?
Well, I mean the Eddie Murphy ones.
Okay.
I watched those, not the '60s one.
Oh.
There's,
you also didn't watch the Robin Williams one.
That was Flubber. Were you thinking of Flubber?
I could have sworn there was. Well, I thought it was. Never mind. You know what? I'll have to double check that later.
You know what's interesting is that you were not even the first person to make that. Well, assuming you were thinking of Flubber, when we were watching it, somebody also said that. Maybe this is a Mandela effect. Maybe there was another universe where Robin Williams played in a Nutty Professor movie.
Well, and that's the thing is I don't remember if the original movie was called Flubber.
It wasn't.
Nope.
Because that was another one that it was called like The Absent-Minded Doctor or something like that.
The Absent-Minded Professor. That's why I got it
Yeah, that one.
crossed. There we go. That's why I got it crossed.
But both of those movies had 60s counterparts.
Yep, that's true.
But here, I'm going to look up Robin Williams Nutty Professor and see. Now, all that comes up is Flubber. It's like, did you mean Flubber?
No. I think it just because the original was the Absent-Minded Professor.
Yeah.
It just crossed with the Nutty Professor. That's all.
But it is interesting that like you're literally the second person to make that exact same mistake in the last 2 days.
Yeah, these things happen.
But the other stuff that we do on the Fellowship Discord is fan meetups. So we coordinate that kind of stuff, which is one of the things that you were really wanting to get started up. And since then, we actually have, we've coordinated a lot of, the official meetups, the FNT meetups through that. And GCA did a meetup in Arizona, and that we did a lot of, coordination there as well.
Very cool.
And even before that, there was a California meetup with Yo Pops and Shaka Zulu, I think, was there. I don't know if there was a big turnout, but they did do one there as well. So
I mean, just doing smaller meetups in general around the country of just people, even if only 2 or 3 people show up, getting everybody together. You start with 2 or 3 people and things get bigger eventually. So
yeah, and that was your idea, wanting to get that up and running, not being restricted to hanging out during only the few times a year that the big YouTubers get together.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my life has been busy.
Yeah.
I got
maybe we'll have a Northeast meetup somewhere. I don't know.
It needs to be the Northwest for me, so.
Oh, that's what I meant. I meant West. I know where things are.
You can totally find all the states on a map, people. We mean it.
Directions are hard.
Yeah. But yeah, there's hangouts that happen over there. I go between there and a couple other Discord servers. But yeah, find me there. Sorry for the lengthy outro.
No,
Oh, you're
you're fine.
Yeah.
It just means
Thanks
we
for
ate up
having
more
me.
time. That's all. We've almost
Yeah.
made it to 10 o'clock. It's 9:45.
I mean, I can talk about Plex for 15 more
No,
minutes.
God almighty. God, no. So as for me this week, I will be doing something on Thursday, probably Neo 3. And then on Friday, me and the husband will be playing 7 Days to Die, kind of group server thing. Saturday, I think will be Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not going to make promises. I need to get out into the garden this weekend. So I don't know. I might play Saturday and then skip Sunday, or I might play Sunday and skip Saturday. I haven't figured that out yet, but I will figure that out and let everybody know what's going on. And then, of course, I will be back here next week. Bear, do you want to tell people what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff that you won't be seeing on stream. Tomorrow I'm DMing, which is going to be fun. Thursday I might be... Well, Thursday is going to be kind of a toss-up. It depends on whether or not Jazz is feeling up to it. But if he is, you'll see me on his channel for some Rivals.
Nice.
Otherwise, you won't see me again until next Tuesday when we do the podcast again.
And hopefully Jazz is back.
Yeah, fingers crossed on that.
Hopefully things get better for him soon. So, but we will get that figured out, and then we will get back to normal. You know.
Cool.
So, all that said, thank you guys so much for being here, for participating, for chatting, for voting, for listening to us. Thank you, Kratos, for coming and hanging out. Definitely
Thanks for having me.
go check out Blind Spot Gaming and check him out individually. Go make friends, be friendly, all that fun shit. And as our black comrade would say, you know what can happen in a week?
What? No, he's not here. You don't have to say it.
Anyway, good night, guys. We'll catch you later.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.